Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM 106.3, and now we have the Deputy Chair of the Otaki Community Board to join us. It's a very good morning and welcome to the program to Marilyn Stevens. Hello, Marilyn.
Hello.
Marilyn, I know the Community Board, you have been zooming about, and if there's anything there that you'd like to talk about, please do. But I know you're also involved in this wonderful organisation that used to meet on Tuesday mornings in the good old days, the Otaki Community Network. Now, what is happening with the network in these lockdown days?
So we've been having a lot of Zoom, well, not a lot of Zoom meetings. We've had one Zoom meeting, and that was just last week. And we're probably going to continue to meet on Zoom for a little while yet till things get sorted out with community halls and that sort of stuff and social distancing. But so I've got a few little snippets here from our last meeting that might be able to help the people of Kapiti.
Oh, please tell us all about that then.
Okay, so well, to start with, I'd like to give a big shout out for all of those people looking after kids during this difficult time. All the kids are missing their friends and routines, and we know it's not easy. So KYS, or Kapiti Youth Support, they've got some things in place, and I'd just like to share some of the stuff they're doing with you. So they've set some staff up so that they can work remotely and safely and effectively while still remaining in contact with the young person and their family or whānau. And they've implemented an 0800 number. And I don't actually have that, but
don't worry.
I know that.
I'll find it. We'll broadcast it later. So that's why. And don't they do a great job, the Youth Support Network?
They certainly do. They've established safe systems on site, and for those who are working remotely, that aligned with the Ministry of Health recommendations, so they could continue to provide the essential health, mental health services and social support to young people.
Yes.
They're triaging all young people over the phone before they go in. Doctor and nurse phone consultations and face-to-face if required. They're taking swabs to test young people for COVID-19. It's been identified as an essential social service, and this includes transitions, youth services, stepping stones. So they've continued to provide social support services to young people and their families, with psychologists continuing to provide essential mental health services via one-to-one consults utilising video technology. They're providing general support in terms of motivation, crisis management and preventative strategies using online tools. They're just continuing to do all of the great stuff that they've already done, and they are having a high presence through social media channels, balancing important safety and operational messages with targeted mental health and wellbeing messages, humour and topical staff videos such as baking, sports challenges, crafts, TikToks, stuff like that. So they're doing a great job.
They sure are. Just thinking they probably understand the social media stuff a lot better than we do.
I think they probably do. And also, those people who are looking out for the elderly and vulnerable. So I know that there are a lot of people out there that are helping elderly, vulnerable neighbours, family, whatever. For those people that haven't got that help, the Student Volunteer Army is actually working in Kapiti. And they have a website, and again, sorry, I haven't got that, but if you just Google Student Volunteer Army Kapiti, I'm sure that will get you to where you need to be.
Yes.
So they will pick up groceries, they will do, whatever is required during this time. But hearing that we've just been reduced to level 2, life will get easier for everybody, I'm sure. Council have said that we got a newsletter out from KCDC just a couple of days ago saying how they're preparing to move into Alert Level 2. And one of the paragraphs in that advisory thing that we got was that while the Prime Minister has indicated that we will be given 48 hours notice before we move to a Level 2, it will not be possible for some of our community facilities to reopen in this time frame,
yes.
as we need to ensure we take a cautious and well-considered approach. For example, in the case of the Coastlands Aquatic Centre, it takes more than 4 days to reheat the pool water to the required temperature, and there are a range of measures that need to be put in place to keep people using our facilities safe before we can reopen the doors. So that's something else to think about.
Well, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. I also have a couple of notes here, one from Sonia Williams, who's the volunteer coordinator at the Emergency Operations Centre, and also Volunteer Kapiti. They both have people that are wishing to volunteer to provide support for community organisations that may be light on the ground for volunteers due to their normal people falling into the vulnerable category and not being able to do their normal volunteer duties due to COVID. So if anybody... if any organisations out there are looking to boost their volunteer numbers, they're the people to contact. And Te Ara Korowai Wellbeing Centre are offering 10 free sessions with qualified counsellors for counselling, and also 20 free peer support sessions. I have an email address here for them. It's info@tearakorowai.org.nz. So that's TEARAKOROWAI.
Well, that is a wonderful roundup. And you did bring up the very good point about the number of volunteers over the age of 70. I imagine in our community that is a majority of the volunteers, and therefore quite a few organisations that depend on volunteers are possibly going to have to rethink their tactics. So that was a very good point to make.
Yeah, well, I suppose those people are the people that have got time. Another thing that we've got here is Elevate Otaki is looking for people in Otaki to sew curtains for the curtain bank.
Right. Isn't that a wonderful thing, the curtain bank? And we are coming into the cold and damp days. And
amazing.
Yes,
yeah.
An amazing organisation. There are some terrific organisations in your wonderful little township, Marilyn. And thank you very much for keeping us up to date here on Beach FM. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
106.3 Beach FM.